Hey, what's up everyone? Speedbreaker 211, and today I'm gonna do a Bayonetta discussion with my good friend OHKOSSB. So say hi to the audience.
Hey everyone.
So recently we did a Bayonetta discussion before on his channel. So if you wanna check that out, I will put that link in the description below. But this video is just going like a part two of why Bayonetta should not be banned, and this is not our facts. This is just opinions and arguments why we think this character should not be banned. So with all that said, let's get started. So recently in Spain, in the Smash community in Spain, they want to ban her because they think that she is extremely overpowered, toxic, and they think that she breaks the game, and feel that this character should be removed because all the death combos, switch time, and the the amount of and the good recovery that she has. Plus, they think that there is no bad matchup. So, what is your viewpoint on that part?
Well, what I don't quite understand is how can you choose to ban a character when you couldn't ban the ones that came before that were even more powerful? You have Brawl Meta Knight is always the prime example. You also have Brawl Ice Climbers that were a problem. They weren't able to be banned. Meta Knight did go out for a little bit, but it wasn't long until he came back because there really wasn't much of a problem with him. People just couldn't handle it, but then they learned. And then if you look at Smash 4, you have characters like pre-patched Diddy Kong and pre-patched Luigi that caused a lot of problems. Diddy Kong with the classic down throw up air, and Luigi with the classic down throw down B, killing at very low percentages. And then if you look at Melee, you have Fox, no doubt the best character in the game, and nobody has ever seemed to argue that. But if you look at him, he's never been able to be banned, and nobody has ever said that he should be banned as far as I know. So how can you ban a character if you couldn't ban the ones that are more powerful than her?
I also wonder, like, the thing is, the thing is why people want to ban this character is because they lack of study the matchup. And as I said before in my previous video, if you know how to fight a character, then sure, it might not like you might not like how to fight that character. Like as said before, people need to study their matchups. They don't need to go to an assumption or make an excuse saying that, oh, this character is too overpowered, or this character has like great death combos, which I totally disagree. That few of death combos are DIable. The thing is, people don't know it yet. Just the thing I seen like in the previous video that I made with you, Oko, it said that people think that my arguments were irrelevant because the death combos are not DIable because what Zero said. But if we test all the death combos, we test few of them, and the few of them are just rack up damage. So I don't know where's your viewpoint on that part.
Well, the zero to death combos, they can cause a lot of problems for some people, but what I mostly believe is that people don't know how to deal with it. So it's true that there are some that aren't quite escapable, but it is possible to get out of them. It's possible to find the ways to avoid them happening in the first place. So you just have to change your playstyle, and you need to find a better way of fighting this character rather than a traditional style that you're used to. So if you're doing the same thing over and over, but you're not getting the result you want, you clearly need to change something because that might be your core problem.
Also, the thing is that yes, you need to mix up your playstyle, but not going to the assumption that okay, Bayonetta is a hard card to prove. Yes, she is top tier. She is currently, for now, what people say in the tier list, she is the best character for so far because of the streak nerfs that we are now dealing with. But she is not broken. She is beatable. The thing is that people also disagree because she has the witch time, and in my viewpoint, I said it before, it is a 50-50 situation because you don't know where the witch time will connect. You might disagree on that or just may don't, but it's a 50-50 situation. Really want to hear your viewpoint on this part, on the witch time.
Well, witch time can cause problems as well, but you kind of have to treat witch time as a counter because that's what it is. It's a free-form counter that you can use to your advantage at any point. Once you hit it, you can do whatever you want until the time runs out. But if you just think and try to read your opponent and find out what they're doing and when you think that witch time is going to come out, then you can avoid it. Because once it comes out, the chance is the opponent probably won't use it again for quite a while, unless they choose to, and that all leads into changing your playstyle. When you're fighting this character at a high level, you constantly need to think and change the way you play throughout the match. If you don't, there's going to be a big problem for you, and the Bayonetta player is just going to keep doing what they do. So it all ties back together to changing your playstyle and constantly being alert. So that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, also in that viewpoint, I think people also never study their matches because, as we've said before, and in your previous video, analyze your matches, study them, know what you're doing, and it's how Smash 4 works. And we, like, as players, we know how to play this game because we study our matches. As a Sonic main, I study all my matches, and I found few matches I cannot beat, even though I have secondaries. So yes, if your character cannot beat this character, then yes, you can have a secondary, you can have a backup character. So I don't know why people want to go to the assumption like there's no character who can beat them, because there are actually few characters that can beat them. In my opinion, the characters I feel that they could do really well against Bayonetta are Toon Link, Villager, Samus, and possibly Falco, since Falco has a really interesting playstyle. It's not the same as Melee or Brawl, but it's more like but it's a different playstyle because you can actually solo out Bayonetta in few cases, which is the Bayonetta's biggest problem when she gets sewn out. But I want to hear your viewpoint though from this part. Like, what are like few matches that you can actually beat with Bayonetta? Like, what are the characters that you think you can beat them?
Well, when you're fighting Bayonetta, I feel like the best way to fight her is with a spacing type of play. So what you want to look towards are those with projectiles or a lot of spacing and range. So you'll want to look at, like you said, there are those like Villager, you have Luigi with his fireballs, you can use Mega Man even, and then there's those that don't have projectiles that can also work, like you have Marth, who has his very long range sword. Shulk also has long range, and even those with moves with a lot of armor, like Charizard. So you kind of have to just find the correct thing that works for you, and as long as it has the proper range, you can use that technique and that playstyle to get away and get in on Bayonetta. So if you can just do that, then you won't have as many problems as you believe you're having. You just need to find the right thing to do.
And even though, as characters that doesn't have like super armor, doesn't have a sword, doesn't have a projectile, I main Sonic and I know how to fight Bayonetta. I don't have a problem because I use my what I use with Sonic is his advantage, his speed. So this is the key to fight Bayonetta. Use what you have. Like, for example, you have Luigi, and Bayonetta can get, like, if Bayonetta cannot get into Luigi because he uses the fireball and he spaces her out, then yes, you can beat her. But what I'm trying to say is that use what your character can have, like character has like the best advantage in the matchup, and use that as a guide to you, just to know what to do when you're fighting against Bayonetta. But don't come out with the assumption saying like, oh, Bayonetta's too broken, she's extremely overpowered. And I don't know if you agree on this part, but you think Bayonetta breaks the game?
I absolutely do not think that she breaks the game.
Yeah, like, we all thought like, okay, once she came out, she was really good. She was extremely like top tier, like, so we all know, because we all find those death combos, we all find like the few death combos, few combos that are guaranteed. But then we came to the assumption that, oh, she's broken because we don't know how to DI them. But even my Smash Corner said, you know, they mix up your DI, and he even make a video about that, like how to like DI away from Bayonetta. So just need to learn that. I don't know what your viewpoint on that part, but I want to see what you agree or disagree on that.
I do agree with what you said, because a lot of people choose to DI in the incorrect directions because it's different than what they're used to. So a lot of the time people will choose to DI in or up, which allows Bayonetta to keep doing what she's doing, but a lot of the time you'll actually want to DI out or out and away, because then you'll fall further away and she won't be able to link the combo together. sometimes if you DI in at a certain point, she can easily get thrown off by that, and then that'll even make it worse for her, letting you fall out even quicker. So if you can just mix up your DI and know the correct ways to DI certain moves, it's true that she can follow you, but it won't always work for her.
Yeah, also, what I really wanted to say this because it's actually getting over, like, this topic is getting overrated about her death combos. It's saying that yes, she will get a death combo like in 2 seconds and you will not escape that. That's why they should ban her. I don't really think about that, and I think it's just going to an excuse, because if you look at an actual match, do you think that you will have death combos like right instantly, like in 0%, like in 5 seconds, you're gonna have a death combo already because the Bayonetta player has that advantage? No, you can shield that combo. You can shield her dive kick. You can shield her her side B, everything, because one of the biggest problems that Bayonetta has is that she doesn't have any move saves on shield, and that's really the biggest thing that Bayonetta players suffer. She doesn't have any move saves on shield, and even she grabs you, she doesn't have any moves that combo. Up throw might be kind of a guaranteed combo, but it's more like a mix-up combo. So I don't really understand why people think that this is like Bayonetta has like overpowered kills and overpowered combos, since she has combos, but throw combos she doesn't have. So if you see a Bayonetta player that just keep attacking every single time, just shield that, because what we really know is that when a player attacks too often and you know what they're gonna do their next move, they're gonna do a force smash or do a down tilt, you actually need to shield that, because you don't want to get combo, like say for Bayonetta, because her main starter combo is her down tilt. But I wanna see your viewpoint on that. Like, what do you think if Bayonetta is actually getting a 0 to death in the first 5 seconds, or you won't do it and you won't get a 0 to?
Well, first off, I do have to disagree that Bayonetta doesn't have moves that are safe on shield, because a lot of the time I find that there are a lot of moves that she can use, like her dive kick, that aren't safe on shield. But what makes people complain about that move is the fact that people choose to act immediately after instead of being patient and waiting for their next opportunity, because it's a disguise. Whenever she does that dive kick on your shield, it's not punishable. So people need to think before they act, because deep down they know that they're not going to be able to punish that move.
But even still, like, if you do the dive kick and when the Bayonetta player lands, it has so much end lag that you can actually punish that, and that's what people never capitalize. Like when Bayonetta player do their combos, and if you get out of it, assume if you know how to DI well, then yes, you will get out of that. And if Bayonetta player lands, she will have so much end lag that you can actually take a stock sometimes if she has a high percent. So I don't know if you might agree or disagree on that part. Like when they land with their combo, when you accept the combo and they land with those end lags, I want to see your viewpoint on that.
Well, when she does, it's true that she does have a lot of end lag on a lot of her moves, and then that's your prime time to punish, not on some of the moves that people think should be punishable, because it's true that they're not punishable.
Yeah, but either way, we still cannot say that, oh yeah, this character is gonna be broken, or this character is gonna be so overpowered for her death combos, because I also see people on internet and on social media saying that they need to remove her combo game. It's just, do you agree on that part? Like, they should remove her combo game?
No, this character doesn't really need to be touched, and if it does, it's not going to be touched that much. That's the thing. Looking at a high-level play, like in high tournaments, things like CEO, SmashCon, EVO, all like that, the character isn't going to be banned as of now, and it probably won't change. So, going into gameplay, it's more than likely that within the first minute of the match, you're not going to see a 0 to death happen unless the player fighting the Bayonetta player happens to make a lot of mistakes and allow the Bayonetta to take advantage of what they did. So, what I feel about that is, this character isn't broken, per se, and They do have some issues, but that's something you need to work out with yourself, because this character truly isn't messed up in any way. And looking at high-level play, once again, you're not really going to see as many things as you see on the internet, like Japanese vines or seeing people explore things in training mode, because it's not always going to be the same.
So I think this is gonna be like our conclusion of this video, since we pretty much stated all we think about this character. Yes, she is a bit like, she is a problem sometimes, but she is beatable. She has like losing matchups. Just need to learn how to fight her. Come up with a different strategy, because it's like when you fight a new character. Let's say for example, when you fight the same character like Sheik, CSS, DD Khan, like characters that are the hide you. You fight them so often, and let's say for example you see a character like Duck Hunt or Bayonetta or let's see Cloud. You don't know how to fight them. It's because you don't learn. You never studied that matchup. You need to study every matchup. Not saying that you need to study all the matches like in general, because it may be characters that you cannot beat, like say for example CSS or Sheik or Bayonetta. Then you have to have a secondary for that. You have to always have to have a backup plan. So in every match you always need to play you always need to change your playstyle. But if you cannot beat this character, then use a backup plan, like use a secondary. Do you agree or disagree on that part?
I think that you need to have different options, and you need to explore what you should do, instead of immediately jumping into a match thinking you have a chance on something you've never faced before.
So I think this is gonna wrap up this video. So thanks all for watching. Thanks Oko for joining this video, since we pretty much want to say that why Bayonetta should not be banned. So if you have any last comments, just tell me if you want to do it. Tell the audience.
Well, I want to say thank you for having me on this video. I'm happy that I could help you out with this. And also, I want to give a final note to the audience. Give it some time, and learn what you need to do, and it will pay off for you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're always going to win against Bayonetta. That's up to player, not character. You just need to figure out what to do, and you'll be just fine.
Well, thanks Uncle for the little comment, and as always, have a good day and speed break.